Hello, welcome back to The Culture Business. My name's Jake, and today we're going to be talking about a staple of marketing, which is red ocean versus blue ocean strategies. Now, a lot of people throw this around as a buzzword when they're talking about marketing strategy without really saying what it is or perhaps even using it incorrectly. So I think everyone's got this idea that a red ocean strategy is bad and a blue ocean strategy is good, which really isn't the case. So we'll talk about the imagery that we've got with red ocean and blue ocean strategies. A red ocean is where the market is fairly saturated, or even there is competitors in the market, and it's a bit of a feeding frenzy to go for these consumers in this saturated market, which quite gorily is why the ocean is red, because there's lots of blood in the ocean. And on the other hand, we've got blue ocean strategies, which is the complete opposite. There is absolutely no one in your market, and you've got 100% market dominance. And one of the best examples I can think of is with the smartphone industry. Everyone's competing, and you can see a lot of the characteristics that we'll talk about later on in the video. And then someone developed the tablet, and that is immediately into a blue ocean because there is no one competing in this tablet market, and everyone is competing in the red ocean of smartphones. So what are the key differences between red ocean and blue ocean strategies? And we're going to talk about three today. First of which, in red oceans there are predefined market structures, which means the rules for engagement are already there. This decreases the risk, it also decreases the cost of starting a business in a red ocean, and it also means there's less time when creating a business or producing a product in a red ocean, because the information's already there. You've got the value chains there already, and the global production networks, if you're thinking internationally, that is already set up for you. Whereas in a blue ocean, this isn't there. So it's somewhat the opposite, where it's very high risk to enter these blue ocean markets. And to counteract this high risk, it takes a lot of time and money to research new markets. Secondly, in the red ocean, prospects shrink. As time moves on, these incumbent firms dominate the market more and more, so you will be up against powerful firms. And this is in fact why in red oceans the amount of mergers and acquisitions skyrockets compared to blue oceans. And what you've got to look out for here is, if you're planning on starting a business that is going to change the world, this isn't the right place to do it. In blue oceans, contradictorily, there is any amount of room for improvement. It's really up to your ability to do so and the macroeconomic effects that may come in the future. And finally, in red oceans, the firms often begin to look alike because of these predefined market structures. So what we see is that people turn to cost leadership for differentiation. And if you can't compete with these big firms on economies of scale, it's likely that your business won't do very well. Once again, it's the opposite in the blue ocean, but if you're clever about it, the innovations that push your product or business into the blue ocean will stem from these already instilled value chains and global production networks. Now that you know all about red oceans and blue oceans, I'm going to impart one tip that I've seen throughout my research on what you should do to be a successful blue ocean strategist. And this is barriers to entry. Once you've gone into the blue ocean, you've got to make it difficult for these firms that are going to try and imitate you to produce your set of skills. Imitating a whole system approach isn't very easy anyway, but if you make it very difficult by getting creative with your barriers to entry, there'll be a constant differentiation and an inability for these firms to catch up with you. If you enjoy these videos and you want to hear more about maybe the different side of business or just the lessons that we talk about from standard business education, then subscribe, like this video, and drop me an email at intheculturebusiness@gmail.com for more information.